Good Saturday morning to you all. Hopefully you guys are doing great. We got another Watchmen update here. Sorry for the delay, but I got back late last night and needed some sleep. I am back in Pittsburgh, and as you can see, and let's get into the news here. We got Wu flu number 2 emerging in China. We got Europe, especially Germany, not faring well in the trade war. Their projections should get everybody's attention. Maryland father, quote unquote, from the media, Garcia, approved to come back to the United States from El Salvador, but he will stand trial for 2 felony counts for human trafficking. So I don't know. The media thinks that's a win. So looks like the Trump-Musk feud is coming to an end, and we got other Watchmen updates. And we finally have an answer as to why there are so many dented cans in Walmart. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and these are your updates that you guys are sending in from all over. If you have something to share, make sure you use the word update somewhere in your comment. That gets it to the right place. If you see something at your store, if you talk to a manager, if you have information from your workplace about supply chain or things that are going on out there, things that matter, let us know. Make sure you use the word update in your comment on this channel. We do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. They help people with retirement accounts to get out of stocks and bonds into something safer like gold or silver. Silver is my favorite, of course, or platinum. If you want to talk to somebody about that and see just what the fees would be like and how the transition would work, Jonathan and his team can walk you through that. No commitment to moving forward if you reach out to them, all right? There'll be a link at the end of the video for you to find out more. Kilmar Garcia, the Maryland father that was wrongfully deported to El Salvador. Now, everybody kind of agrees that there was a mistake made. He wasn't supposed to be deported to El Salvador. Now, he was supposed to be deported, just wasn't supposed to be deported to El Salvador. So the U.S. courts have ruled that he needed to be brought back. So, okay, he's going to get brought back. But that means he has to go to Tennessee, where he is going to stand federal trial for 2 felony counts, human trafficking. You know, this is just the bright Maryland father that you've been told by the media, human trafficking. Yes. So that's going to happen. We got a Whole Foods is doing a major ground beef recall for E. coli. So if you've bought some ground beef from Whole Foods recently, check to see if it's part of the major recall happening out there. Dangerous to eat uncooked, so make sure you cook it all the way through, or make sure you return it. Return it so you can get some other beef, right? Trump and Musk this week traded insults. I didn't want to cover it blow by blow, happening in public view, including a claim by Elon Musk that the reason why the Epstein files haven't been released is because President Trump is in them. So that's kind of a big deal right there. Tesla stock dropping 14% amongst the Trump-Musk feud, but it looks like the feud may be thawing. Elon Musk has deleted the Epstein tweet, and it appears that they both seem to be softening their tone, potentially going to make up. But right now, Europe has said that Elon Musk is welcome back in Europe since he's now fighting with Trump, which just goes to show that everything that they had against Elon Musk was literally just political. We got Germany. Let's talk about Germany. They're now facing 2 years of recession if this trade war continues. The trade war with the United States is impacting Europe massively, and Germany is in full recession and will be for 2 more years if the United States doesn't open up its market to German cars and other German products. Interesting. Emerging bat virus in China shows signs of another pandemic. Yes, another bat virus. Yeah, and it's starting to spread. They're saying that it could be another pandemic. Scientists warn that it's just one step away. That is, they're watching it closely. It's already out in the general population, but it's not spreading quite as fast as you need for a pandemic. Hopefully it doesn't change to that, but these viruses do have a tendency to mutate towards becoming more contagious. So we'll let you know if anything changes on that. And Russia has chosen to cut its interest rates down to 20% from a 2-decade high as their economy slows. Now, the fact that they're cutting it down to 20%, it should tell you kind of some bits about the strength of their economy. Their economy is slowing down, but it is growing fast, and it is quite healthy, even though it's under massive sanctions by the United States government. Our sanctions have blown up in our face when it comes to Russia. We didn't consider the fact that so much of their economy focuses in on energy production, which even our allies can't stop importing. Europe just increased its imports of natural gas 10% last month, even though they're the most warmongering of all the countries out there. And of course, a judge has stepped in to suspend Trump's latest ban on foreign students to Harvard. Naturally, another judge stepped in immediately and blocked that as well. What won't they block, right? I mean, Harvard law is so embedded into the legal system that it's like, I don't know if he can ever win against them, at least in U.S. courts. Writing by Benjamin says, first week of my local farmers market in Northeast Indiana, and I can confirm the same as what the other people were reporting about the Amish products. Here, they grow in a greenhouse, so we already get fresh tomatoes. Last year, they were $2.50 per pint. This year, over $3.50. They have asparagus for $5 a bundle too, which is up at least $2 from last year. Another stand that I get farm fresh eggs from had a price of $5 a dozen, which I know is pretty good right now. But last year they were $3 a dozen. Seems like prices are going up all around, no matter the seller. Yep, it's inflation and it's real. James says, I found out why all the cans are always dented at Walmart. Their workers carry the flat of cans from the pallet to the section to be stocked. Then they just drop them from chest height onto the ground instead of sitting it down. I saw a dozen of them do this when they were stacking, and we could hear cases of cans being dropped to the ground all around me. I call it lazy workers. I have a hard time finding any non-dented cans and even plastic bottles. Maybe 3 of 20 cans were not damaged. Some are dented so badly that they were certain to go bad in days, not weeks. One was even leaking. Maybe it's workers at your stores that are damaging the cans. That's certainly a good insight. Appreciate that. Mike says, same issues with roofs here in North Central Ohio. My homeowner's insurance company starting in January 2025 will prorate roofs for 5 to 15 years old and will not cover roof damage on roofs over 15 years old. Have to notify the insurance company when the roof is replaced. This new policy did not lower my insurance premiums. Its cost went up 12%. So costs went up on the insurance policy as well as lost the coverage on the roof, essentially. Minka's mom says, down East Maine, I purchased 3 cases of canned spinach, $20 a case, during January of this year. After a bout with kidney stones, I gifted the 3 cases to my family because of the large amounts of oxalates in the spinach. I calculated the gift to cost about $60 to $70. Yesterday, I checked the prices on canned spinach, revealing the new cost of about $150 for the 3 cases, $50 per case. Yikes. Inflation, friends. Pam's house says, went to Walmart yesterday in eastern Kentucky. They had Hudson cream flour at the end cap on sale for $3.59 for 5 pounds, which was half empty. In the baking section, all that they had was organic plain flour. There was only one brand of cornmeal, then boxes of Jiffy corn bread mix. There was only about 6 feet where the cornmeal and flour were supposed to be. This included all the packets of quick mix bread and nut flours. This was the only thing that I noticed that was missing from our store. Michael says, last week I was sightseeing in Washington, D.C., and ran across a small beef rancher. He told me that they are getting out of the business due to many of the health issues. They said that the cost of the operation is way too high for the younger family members to take over. Too expensive. He stated that his wife and he both had other jobs for income to support the small farm. He has a nephew that wants to take over, but has no other income source to help support the operation. So he said that the farm will lease out the land for crops. As far as beef from the market, he stated you can't hold back beef from the market. You can't hold it back from the market holding out for better prices. He stated that after they are 2 years old, the quality of the beef drops, so does the selling price. That is my best story from my vacation to Washington, D.C. Real news, no spin. Appreciate that. It's those type of reports that really help us to understand what's going on out there. Appreciate it. Ramona says, my homeowner's insurance went up over $300. I called and asked why, and I was told everyone's insurance is going up. Never, ever made a claim. Basically, without adding one thing to my insurance, without adding one to my my insurance pay, not even if there is an issue. Yeah. Prime AD says, from Caryville, Tennessee, I rarely go shopping due to taking care of my elderly mother, so I usually go to Walmart, get Walmart delivery. Last night, for the first time in months, I went to Walmart. I was so shocked to see very few checkout areas and about 7 workers, self-checkout areas, and there were 7 workers checking out customers. It was wonderful. I'm strongly against theft, but if theft has caused Walmart to start utilizing workers again, yay for it. The last time I was at Walmart, there were so many self-checkout lanes with only 1 worker doing checkouts. But those of us who have been to Aldi still know that there is a better way. Walmart is just absolutely crazy how slow checkout is there compared to Aldi or other places. NT says, I'm in central Indiana and there's a waiting list for Meals on Wheels here as well. I'm on a very limited eating plan, so what they deliver would not meet my needs. I was in a nearby Aldi late yesterday morning. There were a couple of sizable bare spots in the snack aisle. They had meat. Eggs were $2.96 per dozen, and I didn't notice any limits. The freezer case was low, but they had lots of sealed boxes in that area and were restocking it, as I was doing in my local small grocery store. I spent less than $12, so you know that I didn't get a lot. Otherwise, the store looked well stocked for post-lockdown levels. I doubt that we will ever see pre-lockdown supply levels of food on our store shelves again. A Kroger's not too far from me has the Kroger coffee on sale. So check out sales and coupons, friends. Sizes are up to 30.5 ounces, so I think you can get 5. A few months ago, they also had a sale on the same items for $5.99, but now it's $7.99. Blessed Prepper says, I am blessed to be able to watch every video you put out and have so far for years. As all your updates about insurance for home and auto, my insurance is also on the rise. So I called my agent, and also I took the opportunity to drop full coverage on a vehicle that was over 15 years old to liability to reduce my monthly bill. When I asked about the raise in rates, she informed me that roadside assistance, which was once free, now costs me for every vehicle, which I never received, as far as my knowledge, any notice of, which immediately dropped because I never travel more than 100 miles from home and have ways and family to help if I ever have problems. I was able to lower my bill to $65 a month. Wow, what a blessing. Thank you for your updates, which inspired me to ask about the cost of my premium going up. God bless you and everyone that helps you. That's a good reminder, and just if you need to have liability insurance for your vehicle, which is basically most states in the United States, right? I think all. Then you should have liability insurance. Full coverage on your vehicles. Just remember, this is an insurance company. They're making money off of this. You will, on average, make or keep more money in your pocket by not having extra coverage that they tell you about. So my recommendation is to strip your insurance coverage back as much as you possibly can. That's my advice out there. If you need to buy a beater car to replace your car because a tree fell on it, okay, but all those insurance premiums, they're still going to make money on you on average. So be aware of that. The markup is pretty big, and do consider taking your coverages down to the bare minimum if possible. Rebecca says you can use fruit to make natural yeast. So for those of you who want to start baking bread after the apocalypse, or if you have a bunch of flour stocked up or wheat berries that you're going to grind up, you're going to need some yeast from somewhere. Well, that's one of the ways you can get it. Fruit like apples, grapes, raisins, and berries have a natural yeast on them. So you can use that by soaking them in water, allowing the wild yeast to naturally present on the fruit's surface to ferment and multiply. Then you can use it to make your bread, kind of like making sourdough bread. So that's a quick, easy way to get started baking your bread after things fall apart. In case your yeast that you have, I have yeast. I buy bread yeast packets, and then I just throw them in my fridge. I know it's probably not the best, but I don't really use yeast normally. But if I need it, I like to have it. All right, friends, that's the report for today. If you want to get some more information from Genesis Gold about what you can do with your retirement account, there's a link right there on the screen. If you want to check out another video from this channel, there's one right up there. It's good to be back in the United States. Glad to be here. I am going to be traveling again next week, very shortly, but I'll be just heading down to Florida to go visit my parents and others. So I'll keep you updated on that. Thanks so much for watching. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report.